Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Consistent times 10. It's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Nothing But Basketball Show. Appreciate you all joining in with us. Man, we got a pretty exciting show for you all tonight. There's a lot of crazy stuff been going on today. So you know we had to make our way to get here and discuss these type of things. But I gotta bring my partners in here with me so we make sure we do what we need to do. So get ready to rock with your boy. First, all we got. Hey, we got some technical difficulties with Uncle Leroy, but we know this man ready to go. What's up, Coach? What's good, baby?
What's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me? Everybody good?
Loud and clear, man. Appreciate you. You having a good day today?
Man, you know what it is. Every day is a daily grind. You know what I'm saying? No matter where we at, but we get over it. Man.
Most definitely. Hey, man, I'm excited about tonight's show. It's all these notifications going off today. A lot of activities, going on out there, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump right in. But before we get to the stories at hand, we gotta take a look at those standings this week, man. We definitely gotta take a deep dive into that. Yeah. And right now, as it stands, in the Eastern Conference, you got those Celtics don't make a little bit of a jump up there. What you think about that, Coach?
Say, man, playing good team ball, doing what they need to do to make that jump. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me okay with the mask on?
Loud and clear.
All right. Celtics is a solid organization no matter who is coaching them. So my biggest thing is they're doing what they need to do. And, over the history over the Celtics, like they're always a contender throughout the years, throughout the eras. From back in the day to right now, they've always been in the mix. So they're doing what they need to do.
Okay, now, I agree with that totally. Danny Ainge didn't like him as a player, but as a GM, he does a great job. He always want to keep them in the mix as far as the championship runs and stuff like that. And Doc got Philly still holding title there.
Yeah, man. Philly doing what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm excited for this basketball season and see where it ends up. I know we have our predictions, but at the end of the day, I think as fans, as coaches, or whatever the case may be, we want exciting basketball.
Most definitely. It's on no other way to have it because NBA action is pure excitement, as he used to say back in the day. Now, exactly. I know last week when we took a look at it, there's a little bit of, we had Orlando was kind of up there. Brooklyn, we won't come back to them. They was kind of up there. And the Knicks look like they started turning into the Knicks.
Yeah,
so at the end of the day, the Knicks going to be the Knicks.
We talked about that. Like, okay, it's too early to be like, okay, this team, that team, this team, that team. So we knew, I think me and you both knew, and Uncle Leroy, he knew too, like, the Knicks were going to turn into the Knicks, man. And certain teams were going to turn it on and find their identities. as far as who they were and team chemistry.
You know that. You know, it don't matter who's in there. At the end of the day, you know, it's going to start at the top. You got bad ownership. Yeah, bad ownership. You know, you got a bad expectation. Bad expectation, you know, leads to a bad culture. So, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day, and that's probably why, you know, you got tradition that you spoke of earlier, other Celtics, and which is a good segue because we're gonna flip it over here on the other side, and Lakers still holding true at 9-3 in the Western Conference.
They gonna hold true until the end. Until somebody proves them wrong, them Lakers are gonna hold true.
Any surprises in the Western Conference? I see, you know, Utah number 2. The Clippers dropped down one spot, I believe, week over week.
But we got to look at, like, okay, last season, Utah was in the mix. You know, the Clippers choked. You know, so my biggest thing is, and no disrespect to Clippers fans, but it is what it is. Like, I don't, even though they're on the top of the standings, what we're looking at, I really don't see the Clippers doing I feel like they're gonna choke regardless.
Hey, real be told, those Clippers, they were a injury away and a bad call away from getting upset in that first round by my Mavs. So, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day with those Clippers.
Yeah.
All hype, no bite.
You know, but for them though, like you just said, the 2 points you just made, and I'm gonna make this point because my team's struggling with that right now with injuries and missing people. All y'all get paid to be on that stage. Step your game up and win those games.
Get paid well, big money.
Big money. Give me that money to like blow a game. I'm trying to get that big money to do nothing.
Right. But hey, you know, that's definitely, you know, overall look at the NBA standings. But those standings can change dramatically by this time next week because something big went down today. 14 trade. I saw that. Yeah, you know, well, we all knew that Harden was going to be moved, but we didn't know for or what the end would be, you know, when all the dust settled and everything. So, not surprising. No, it was kind of rumored in a favorite destination that he was going to go to the Nets. But what the Rockets got back in return, wow.
I think as far as what the Rockets got back, they got some key pieces, but some role players as well. And for the future also. So my whole thing is I really feel like overall team-wise, the Rockets will be in a better position.
Most definitely. So, you know, looking at the full trade details, you know, the Nets got James Harden. The Pacers got LeVert and a second rounder. The Cavs got Allen and Prince. But the Rockets, they got Oladipo, Exum, Caruks, 3 of Brooklyn's first rounders, 1 of Milwaukee first, and 4 Brooklyn first round swaps. I believe those are position protected. But overall, you know, essentially, they can get, you know, depending on how Brooklyn finishes, this is potentially, you know, they accumulated 4 draft picks, but then they got another 4 that, you know, depending on how, you know, Brooklyn finishes, they can be back in the mix. They can use that for draft capital. They can take a player. They got a lot of flexibility now going forward in the future.
They do. I agree.
So you think, now, let's talk to the meat of this. Harden. You got Harden.
Yeah.
You got, so a starting 5 lineup, you got Kyrie Irving, whatever that is, Harden, Jeff Green, Durant, and DeAndre Jordan as your starting 5. Then they enrolled the Lakers with it.
Man, first and foremost, like Kyrie, I don't know what you on. But even with him out of the equation, I really feel like you still have a team full of, and correct me if I'm wrong, individuals. You know, Harden has been with Houston for so long, so he's been doing his individual thing. KD is used to doing his individual thing. Kyrie is definitely doing his individual thing. And then, you know, 2 out of the 5 starters potentially those other two are like more like role players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, I really see Brooklyn. I may be eating my words because I predicted Brooklyn to go to the final, but I really see them getting put out of the playoffs. I don't care if they have KD or not, or James Harden, because those two play with each other in Oklahoma at OKC. I mean, my whole thing is I really don't see that meshing. Now we come back to what we talked about, like where is Steve Nash going to have those issues with his team? So, I mean, right now, everybody's looking at it and jumping on that bandwagon and be like, oh, it's a good thing. But at the end of the day, I think it's a train wreck waiting to happen.
I would totally agree with that.
Because you have your point guard who is, I don't know what Kyrie's doing, to be honest with you. A great talent, whatever, but mentally,
head case, man. He's a mental
head case, man. You worried about this and that and whatnot, but you got all these all-stars around you and a couple role players where y'all could really make the run and win that ship. So I guess we'll just pray about that situation and wait to see what happens. You know?
Yeah, you're right. Because right now he's not even part of the team technically. You know, he's gone away from the team. There's no timetable on his return because he's gone for personal reasons. And, you know, he's still on investigation with the league about that video that surfaced, you know, with him. He was at a bar. I think he was at a family event, but he was there with no mask. And, you know, and it's going all around the social media right now. And, you know, they got those, the players are prohibited, you know, from being in bars and clubs right now or being in large social gatherings, you know, because of the C-19 restrictions.
Man, he needs to just be real. Kyrie needs to be real with himself. He knows what's going on. You was partying. You feel me? You out there partying, doing what you need to do, not taking safety protocols. So my whole thing is, it all boils down to him. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be that point guard that helps your team, or are you gonna be like a head case, man? And that's just where I'm at with it.
Hey, he's gonna be a head case, and you know, all that offense they got, you know, it's a good big three in theory, but all that offense, they gonna win a championship because they ain't be able to stop nobody. You know, Harden don't play no defense. And they were relying pretty much on DeAndre Jordan to provide defense. You know, at this point in his career, that's not advisable.
No,
you know, he's a long in tooth. He's not the same player he was, you know, with the Clippers. He's not the same player he was that breach they had with the Mavs.
I agree.
So, you know, they might not even make it past Boston, or, you know, Miami can get it together and put it on them, or Milwaukee. So it's no guarantee they can even make it out their conference right now.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm going to swallow my words. I see Brooklyn being a number 6, 7, or 8 seed.
Oh, wow. That low?
Yeah, that low. Like,
okay.
I mean, come on now. Like, it is what it is, man. I don't mind swallowing my words. I'm grown.
Hey, y'all hear me?
We can hear you now.
We can hear you.
Hey, I knew it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Man, this is I'm in the building, goddammit. Man,
in the building.
I couldn't let y'all go without talking about Brooklyn. That's a reach. Like I told y'all, they wasn't gonna have any problems on the court. It was gonna be with Steve Nash becoming the coach. I told y'all that. And that's a reach. That Kyrie got picked up by this black team. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Do I called it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm just here to collect my coins. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm probably gonna say something a little unpopular. Hope people don't think this is tacky. But Steve Nash, rookie head coach, you know, even when he was a leader in the locker room in Phoenix, there were some things that popped up where he couldn't deal with it too much. You know, with Richardson. I just leave it like that. So I don't know how he's gonna deal with this. He got 3 huge egos in there.
Right. So, you know, I think, you know, he might be trying to use the formula that, you know, one bigger ego to diffuse another, because he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like Steve Nash thing has always been on the court. You know, he's always been the guy to say the right things in front of the camera. I've never, you know, only time I seen Steve Nash get mad was like one time, and that was in the playoffs. But, you know, I don't think he has the moxie to hold it together. You know what I'm saying? Because Brooklyn's in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all black, man. Like, come on, man, they got black uniform. I mean, it's a lot of innuendo that says that, hey, you know what? It's a black-owned team. You know what I'm saying? So how is he going to be forced to, to put and deal with all these off-the-court issues? And it's surfacing right now. They better shut Kyrie Irving up. Shut him up, or it's going to be over.
I'll be surprised, to be honest, if he even finishes the season with Brooklyn. He may, he may get shipped off somewhere.
He won't. I think they'll trade him.
You think so?
Definitely see that.
I think they'll trade him because you have KD and you have Harden now. You have two big names. If you look at it, KD and Kyrie were the big names. Now we got these other two big names. We really don't need you. We need more like a point guard that just don't get Harden the ball or Durant the ball. We don't really need you or whatever you got going on because we got two All-Stars already. So I really feel like they're going to ship him out somewhere else. Or he's going to get himself shipped out somewhere.
That part. They got something going on. I mean, because like I say, it's New York. You know what I'm saying? Like the New York Giants, all New York teams say the hardest thing is playing is in New York, and it's hard to play there, just like Miami. It's a lot of off the court, off the field influences. And I don't think Steve Nash, like this, come on now. This is his first time being a coach. And I said, I'm always shook when Stephen A. Smith went at it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, he comes on there, he's dancing around the questions. He don't want to give a straightforward. He start talking about the facts and what he's done. And he got other people talk. He should have got it. Look, man, hey, bro, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should have said. Shut up, man. I'm the coach. Sit down.
He should have put his foot down and let his, excuse what I'm saying, put his foot down, let his nuts hang, and be a man. You feel me? Instead of letting Kyrie feel like he's running shit. Like real.
Yep. At the end of the day.
Exactly. I mean, because like you said when we first interviewed you, Coach, you was like, you got to set the tone, whereas these grown ass men won't listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, how Kyrie gonna, he gonna come in? That was Kyrie that said, he had questions about Steve Nash becoming the head coach. That was Kyrie that said that came out there. I think he said that.
Mm-hmm.
That boy that got suspended, fired, and shipped the same day if I was coach. Man, come on, man. How you gonna say that? That's a small fuse right there. They need to shut that down because that shows he's second guessing the coach. They don't have any confidence in the coach
at all.
None. But right now, with that being said, they don't have confidence in the coach. Now you showing the fans who gonna have confidence in you.
That's true. That's true. Man, we got a lot of good points, man. I'm telling you, it's a lot of good stuff out there. But I'm gonna tell you what, and it's funny because I've been getting. Gotta give a quick shout out. Shout out to you, Frank. Shout out with your Dan. Shout out with your Freddie. Okay, you got the Olympian hanging out with us. Shout out to your robot did. You know what I'm saying? But it's they got to squash that right now because it's too early of a season. It's too much for them to not get that for them not to get that right. But it feels like the NBA has become a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear so much more off the court stuff than I do on the court stuff. Now I don't want to see the highlights. It's crazy. But
yeah, days of our lives type shit. Feel me? General Hospital type shit. Real talk.
Hey, you stepping on my cones now. That was my show. I still watching.
Well, speaking of still watching, fellas, real quick, we got something that kind of it came up on the radar today. They've had 16 players test positive for COVID. And, they had the bubble, for the playoff run, a little bit different now. They're traveling and things of that nature. But, they've been going nonstop as far as the testing since January the 6th. Since that time frame, they tested 497 players. But recently, there's been a spike. I think overall, they had 48 players who tested positive during the week. The players were trying to get ready for training camp. But right now, they had 16 players to where it has caused some disruptions in the schedule. You got Atlanta, Phoenix, Washington, Utah, and even Dallas, if I'm not mistaken, have all been postponed. So there's been 6 games postponed actually since Sunday alone, and 7 overall during the season. So what's your thoughts on that?
You want to know my thought? I've been
Always.
told the NBA got it wrong at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all that entire thing was just no protection, not no bubble. It was to show all these cameras. Them same cameras that was in the NBA are the cameras that's being used right now in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't the bubble that's protecting them, because the NFL, they got it right. They got a whole season, man. They got a whole bigger team. Now, how you telling me these dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you telling me these dudes popping up, positive for COVID? What they doing in their personal life? Who they coming in contact with? You feel me? They're fired. You got it. I told in the beginning, you hit them with a big fine. They just dancing around the fact that it's COVID, and now you got a vaccine, and the scare is over. So should there be increased protocols? No, because at the end of the day, if you putting more money in the system, the person won't see, the importance of me having to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for instance, right. 80s baby, and I for a long time I didn't understand why I used to go in my grandma's house and the whole sofa was filled in plastic. You know what I'm saying?
Put that plastic on that sofa.
I was about 5 years old, and it was like, look, young fella, the plastic is to make sure the sofa don't get dirty. Oh, so I could throw hamburger meat, I could throw chicken bones at it. It's all good. So that's what I'm saying. And until the league put big ass fines on these players, they won't ever understand. That's it.
Exactly.
Put fines on them.
What type of fines?
Big ass fines. One of them old Texas size fines. Yeah. Man, come on, man. Like, they got to understand the importance of it, and that's what's going on. So we got here. Brooklyn looks a lot like a version of OKC. Russ is Kyrie an upgrade at?
No, he's not an upgraded point guard, because as a point guard, you're a leader. He ain't got this on right now. He worried about the wrong thing. So. No, he's not an upgraded point guard.
Well, see, I'm over here. I can't stop talking, because see, back in Cleveland and back, you know what I'm saying, talking about Kyrie's elite, he's the greatest point guard. Well, where that energy is now? So what happened? He been the same person. So what I'm saying,
smelling himself more.
You know what I'm saying? He's always been that shadow. He needs someone bigger than him. That's all it's ever been. And now that he's out in front there, he's always wanted the spotlight. That's how everyone be. Oh, I want the spotlight, till boom, you get it. Now you don't know what to say. You've been crying for the spotlight all your career. Now you got it. Now you crumbling. You don't feel sorry for him? No, take his ass to work. Ain't no all day. You know what I'm saying? No, man, take your ass to work. I take my ass to work. Take your ass to work, man. Ain't no fear for Kyrie.
Get your ass on that court.
Right, he trash. Leadership, like I said, is trash. He trash, and his mind trash right now. Do I feel sorry for him? No. But I definitely want to highlight mental health. And that's why this Sunday you can catch us out there in New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, giving back to the homeless. So that's how we highlight mental health. Not Kyrie. Everyone's wanting a pity party. Oh, Kyrie. So what? No, man. That man got millions of dollars to actually go in, and if he feel he got a problem, you know what? Pay a doctor to tell him what he won't hear. Is it?
At the end of the day, no other way to do it.
Exactly. He got the means and the resources to help that, and and aid that any way possible. So like I said, once again, y'all, bring awareness to mental health. Y'all come join us out there for this 4th annual soccer sack lunch drive.
Already. We'll take a brief commercial break. We got to pay a couple of bills. So we'll be right back.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
And we back. So we appreciate y'all coming back. We got Coach Hill, Uncle Leroy. You know how we do it.
Hey, I'm rocking the Grambling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
Rocking it. I see you. Yes, sir.
Well, let's go on and see you, Coach Hill. So what's up with down going on 35 South with the Waco Terror updates this week?
Man, you know, we got a big game. We coming off a tough loss. But at the end of the day, you know, you don't want me coming on here talking about how we lose. We got to get back in the win column. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting 7-4 right now. Coming off a couple injured players, couple players getting out the hospital. So you know, we got a game this weekend against who is it? Texas Fury here in Waco, which is a divisional game. Man, everybody come out if you in Waco, come out and salute, man. Support. 6 p.m. tip off. We need everybody there. So, you know, we're looking to get back in the win column, man. Texas Fury is not a team to play lightly with, so we going to get it in. Real talk.
And real talk, as you say.
Yeah.
Wait. So how our partner, Tremont doing? T-Man?
Yeah, man. T-Man, he doing what he do, man, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He's we're just struggling right now as far as with team chemistry, guys being individuals. Like if this man's scoring buckets, okay, let me go out here and get my buckets too. No.
Right.
I don't care about your buckets. I'm just being honest with you. My thing is team ball moving. So we're struggling right now with as far as team chemistry, moving the ball, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this weekend we'll get it back together.
Most definitely.
We got to. You know what I'm saying? And then what we got next? Community impact. You know, we recently had the Waco Awards. Just various artists in Waco, people that impact the community, people that just give back and then show love. You know, H3, that's my boy, Charles Hitchens. I used to play football with him here in Waco. He won an award for His Will clothing line. So my biggest thing is, man, go on there, H3 His Will clothing line. Everybody that's on here watching, support, shop now. He's doing big things, man. Shout out to him, his wife, his family, for them definitely impacting the community and doing what they do.
All right. Speaking of big things, you got your the Waco Terror, I believe it is the Player of the Week.
Yes, sir. This right here is the Player of the Week. T. Thomas, man, he doing his thing. We just got through talking about him. He dropping dimes. You know, he's doing what he can until all the soldiers get back, man. So here's a couple of highlights from him. As you can see in OKC, he was doing the same stuff, man. So salute to that boy T. Thomas, man, for trying to put the terror on his back. But not just him, but the whole Terror family, man. You know, a couple of his highlights.
All right. Appreciate you, Pete Thomas. I think
boy,
you're on here with us, if I ain't mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. And you know what? That he's doing what he do, man. Every time we have a highlight of him on here, he's doing what he do. So salute to that boy, man. But you know, we're trying to get back in that win column too. So let's get it.
Let's get it. So you also got with us today. We got some players returning.
That right there is my fan of the week. Is Michael Wright. He's also part of the board for our NBL. You know, he always hits me up and supports the Waco Terror and tells me, hey, wins and losses don't really show who your team is. You know, we play hard. We get out there. You know, we're not a stacked team like a lot of these teams are. They're stacked or have all-star teams. And we get out there and we represent what we are. So at the end of the day, salute to this man, Michael Wright, man, for supporting the Waco Terror and doing everything he does.
Already.
Man, you must be a pretty popular dude there, Coach Lee. I'm just seeing.
I know, right? All these doggone notifications popping up in here, man.
Whoever's texting, send us his credit card number right there.
Yeah, big credit card number.
Right.
You know, and then one more thing we got, man, is T. Shaw coming back, man. He goes to Paul Quinn College, and I just got recently notified of him. They're not really their season has been canceled. So my biggest thing is, okay, with him, missing him, he's a big part of it. He's the one that I used to send y'all the highlights of him dunking and stuff like that. So their season has been canceled, so he may be on the court this weekend or he may return next weekend. But at the end of the day, you know, we want to see this young man do great things, not for just the Waco Terror, but just for himself and his family in general, because, you know, his mom and dad deserve the world. And he's doing it for them, not just for Waco Terror or Paul Quinn. He's doing it for his family.
Man, hey, shout out to Coach Hill. You got that LLC working tonight, man. That light skin capability, like, damn, I'm impressed. Okay.
You know, my biggest thing is Uncle Leroy Jr., man. My biggest thing is light skin capabilities working or whatever the case may be is never forget, like, it's not just about me. It's about these men, because without these men, there is no Waco Terror. You know, I can sit here all day and say, I am the Waco Terror, blah, 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 and all this. That don't mean nothing. But without these men showing like, hey, from this, we can go to college, we can play ball. We can go over here and play ball. We can impact lives. We can go give back to the community, whether it's our community or somewhere around Texas. It's all love, man. So we just got to, you know, keep pushing forward and just thank God for everything we're blessed with.
Man. Hey, you know what? Advertising, you know, $5 a minute. I'm telling you, you're working tonight. You got the display. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, I always appreciate you, Coach. So before we wrap it up tonight, shout outs anybody got? Let's start with Uncle Leroy. What you got for shout outs?
Man, got a lot of shout outs, man. Shout out to everyone that's involved on this MLK Day, Sock and Sack Lunch Give Back, man. Shout out to the captains, Kai Robinson, Shooter Give. Shout out to Coach Lee. Shout out to you, Lando Washington. Shout out to, man, I won't say so many people. They got so many upcoming sponsors. It's crazy, but definitely want to give a shout out to Little J's Donuts and more out there in Harahan, man. They're going to make a big donation to us with some donuts down there. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Mustang Mafia Car Club. They joining us down there in New Orleans. Shout out to Starbucks. Thank y'all, man. Y'all coming out there too. Thank y'all for sponsoring us. It's the store out there in Forney. They're going to spearhead their entire district to come out there and make some donations to us. So, man, look, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that's going to be coming out there. But, hey, this is doing Uncle Leroy. I'm out. What you got?
Coach Hill, what you got for us?
Man, shout out Cam's, you know, Cam's Kitchen for the mask. You know what? Hit him up, you know, Cam's Eatery on Facebook, or whatever the case may be. He'll hook you up with the mask. Shout out to my boy Dante Ward's Smokehouse, you know what I'm saying? Get some good food. Shout out to him. Shout out Nabate Hilliard's Barbecue. You know, hit them up if you're in Waco or whatever the case may be. You know, he'll hook you with a fat plate. Also, shout out to the people that are involved with the drive this Sunday, man. We're going to be doing big things, you know. To all my Waco people that are watching, be like, hey, he ain't doing nothing. What my whole thing is, you know what? It's not just about Waco. It's about us as a whole, as a human race. We're going to go out here and touch these lives, man.
It's on its way. Stay tuned.
You already know. And shout out to, you know, the Waco Terror Boys that's going out here and helping. Shout out to the NBL, the PBA, just, you know what I'm saying, Destined for Greatness, who, you know, I'm about to be coaching their youth team over there too, their 17U, 16U team. So shout out to all them boys, man. Like, let's touch lives, man. It ain't just about me, it's about everybody. So salute everybody.
Appreciate that. Hey, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight, rocking with your boys. And as always, hey, you know how we do it.